This channel is supported by TrueFire. TrueFire is an online library of lessons from some of my favourite players. There's thousands of lessons on there. You can use the promo code JNC40 to get 40% off of any of their courses. So, when the PRS Silver Sky SE came out, I was thinking, why are all these people saying these things that are negative about it? Like a lot of people were saying, why wouldn't I just buy a Mexican player? And in particular, this dog wasn't a huge fan. What do you think? It's green like the garden. Yeah, so people were saying, why wouldn't you just buy a Mexican player Stratocaster? Because in the US, they were a similar price. And my first thought was, well, the Mexican player Stratocaster isn't necessarily the best guitar for the money that you can get. I kind of feel like the sire, Larry Colton, for my money, would be potentially a more playable guitar in some ways and have some kind of choices that I prefer. But when I compared them side by side, for sure the Mexican player is a little bit more stratty. My first take on the Silver Sky SE when I saw the price in the UK was, oh, well, that's too much, really. So what's interesting is at the moment Andertons and Peach Guitars have these for $699, and the green one actually is for $599, and it's completely kind of made me rethink the value proposition of this thing, because for £599 I'd be saying, well, there's not really anything quite like this on the market that I can think of. You may be able to think of something and leave a comment below, but there's the sire Larry Carlton's, there's a Fender Player Series, or there's this. And the cool thing about this is you've got a very unique kind of neck thing where you've got like a nice neck shape, essentially, you know, between something like a 63 and 64 Strat in theory. A bit closer to a vintage radius than you'd get on the other guitars, which would be probably closer to 9.5 or 12-inch radiuses. So this is like an 8-inch radius. And just generally has a really nice feel to it. So I've been really enjoying playing this little thing since this come back. I paid 664, I think, from Music Street. In terms of build quality and stuff, it seems absolutely fine. You know, you're not going to get the same kind of quality as you get from the PRS Core series with this. Obviously, it's made in Indonesia, but it is, I think, quite a well-made guitar. Frets and everything feel great, and it's really easy to play, I've found as well. So that's kind of what I was enjoying about it. I think people make too much of a thing about this 8-inch radius or vintage radius things. I think if they're well set up and stuff, you can play anything that you can on a flatter radius, in my experience, and the bends don't choke out or anything anyway, is what I've found with them. So it's really made me look at the PRS Silver Sky SE in a slightly fresher way now that it's £295 cheaper in the UK. And I think this is priced exactly where it should be to be competitive with all the other guitars at this price range. So that was just some thoughts on that I wanted to share. The green does not photograph well, but I said this before when I tried two others. In person, it's got this really nice creamy hue to it. On camera, it looks a little bit flatter, or something doesn't come out quite right. In terms of tones, so all around, I think you get a really good amount of guitar for £600 to £700 at the moment. So if you were on the fence with them at that price, I would absolutely say, yeah, I recommend these as guitars. They've got a great feeling neck, and you know, the pickups are pretty decent sounding, I think, and the guitar plays really well out of the box. So yeah, that price change has really made me look very differently at this guitar. Leave your thoughts in the comments if you've got any, but I wanted to give the Silver Sky SE another chance now that the UK price is literally bang on where I thought it should be. That's the green model at Andertons at the moment, and Peach Guitars, £600. Can't go wrong.